What's going on, guys? Corrosive Bullet here, and today we're going to be breaking down the archetype for green in set 4 Ultra Limit of Fusion World. We already went through the Daima starter decks, and they are alright. They're pretty good. The Vegeta is probably better than the Daima starter deck, but go and check those videos out if you guys want to see it. We also went over the red archetype and the blue archetype, and blue is kind of staying in its spot where it kind of is. It didn't really get a whole lot of support for past stuff, but it looks like Gohan's going to be pretty solid. Red's also looking pretty good. UI Goku may not necessarily be like top tier based off what it looks like, but it'll be pretty good. But Jiren could be scary for red. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to be going over green and Saiyan Saga Vegeta. So let's just get into the nitty gritty of it. So we got Vegeta. Vegeta is a standard leader on the front side, wakens at 4, nothing crazy. On his back side, he has an activate main where once per turn, place one of your energy in its owner's drop. If you have 4 or less energy, play up to one Saiyan only battle card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So this is actually pretty good. In terms of you're basically putting stuff out on board for free. But notice how the leader effect says that you need to be at 4 or less energy. This makes that this deck is green's first low end deck to mid-range deck. Basically, this deck is supposed to be treated just like every other green deck in the game. Or every other deck in general, not green deck, just every other deck in general. So depending on what some of these 3-cost cards do, if there are multiple 3-cost cards to kind of go off of, depending on what they do, this deck could actually be pretty good for playing on the lower end of things, but we'll have to kind of wait and see as we kind of get into these breakdowns. So the first thing first, this is your big boss monster of the deck, Grade 8 Vegeta. He's a 6-cost, 40k power, 5k combo, who's double strike. Then on play, place one card from your energy into its owner's drop. And if your leader has Saiyan in its special traits, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less and KO it. Very strong card. 40k, double striker. I mean, the droids in the androids deck are the exact same stat line. They just don't have combo power, which makes this guy just infinitely better in that right. And then on top of that, you're ramping down, so you're staying at that mid-range that you kind of want to be with your Vegeta leader. And you're able to basically remove most problems on the board, which is pretty good. So, no, I like this. In terms of a boss monster for a deck that wants to play on the lower to mid-range end of things, this is really good. Then we got a 5-cost Kami, 25k power, 10k combo, where on play, add up to 1 extra from your drop to your hand, then add up to 1 card from your hand to your energy. This is actually really good for Piccolo, all things considered. He's a 5-cost that you can swing with. He is a Kami card and a Namekian, so he's searchable. You're able to basically grab an extra card that you used to maybe ramp earlier back in to your hand, and then you're ramping with this card as well, which is really good. So this is a good addition to Piccolo. Piccolo needed something that is able to be on board and can swing on board while also being able to ramp while doing it, because the ramp efficiency for Piccolo has always been really bad. He didn't really get any pieces in that regard. So this Kami, I think, is great for Piccolo. Exactly what Piccolo needs, in all honesty. Then we got a 2-cost, 10k power, 10k combo Roshi, where on play, you self-awaken, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and KO it. I mean, self-awakeners are good, especially with the new Vegeta deck. You're going to need some self-awakeners to awaken as early as you possibly can. So definitely worthwhile to have some self-awakening options in green. Green was a deck that didn't, or an archetype that didn't really have a lot of self-awakeners in the first couple sets. So the fact that we are getting some in here is actually pretty good. And maybe they'll keep this low to mid-range type of deck and play style going in set 5 too. Who knows? Then we have a Krillin, 2-cost, 10k power, 10k combo, who's a blocker. And then on play, draw 1 card and then discard 1 card from your hand. So he's a cycler, basically able to get rid of stuff that you don't necessarily need on that turn, and can get it later. But stat line is not great. If he was, I would have liked it a little bit better if he was a 15k at least. You know, something. Even a 20k, I don't even think would be all that bad if you wanted to make him like a 5k combo. It's blocker stat lines are just, they never matter. It's just low end blockers like this are never usually good. And then we got Cyberman. We now know what Cyberman does. 2 cost, 5k power, 10k combo, where when KO'd, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and KO it. I don't know how viable this is going to be. 2 costs or less is not is not like anything that crazy. I mean, you can get rid of like some crit Vegeta or crit Cauliflas and crit Vegetas in blue and red. You can get rid of some other 2 costs in green, like the Krillin that swings for 20k that can look for a field or 18 card. Self-Awakening Frieza in yellow is one that I think of. Bardock or Pan is another one that I think of in black. I mean, there's options for this. It's just who's going to swing into this and risk getting their stuff KO'd. So hopefully there's cards in this reveal that'll actually give us the opportunity to KO this ourselves rather than letting our opponent KO it. But we'll see. Oops. Then we got a 1 cost, Android 18, Android support. Let's see what we get. On play, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, then reveal up to 1 card with a cost of 5 or less and androids in its special traits and add it to hand, then place the rest at the bottom in a random order. This is better than the Giro. Because the Dr. Giro specifically wants a 17 or 18, which is very limiting in terms of what your search options are. Whereas this is just Android. So this finds the 4 cost ramp droids. This finds the 2 cost 18s and 17s. It doesn't get double strike, which kind of sucks. It doesn't get super combos, which kind of sucks. But I mean, still, I would say that this is still better than the Giro searcher. I'm not a fan of searchers to begin with. So, but I would still say that this is better. Then we got a Cell, okay, 3 costs, 10k power, 10k combo. Activate main, place this card in its owner's drop. If your leader is Cell, place up to 1 Cell Games Arena into the battle area from your hand in rest mode. Okay, so turn 3. Turn 3, you play this guy, you activate main to ramp to 4, and then you automatically just throw the field down right off the bat. It's just a cheat. It's a ramping card that lets you play Cell Games Arena early. That's not bad. I mean, it's not terrible. And if you wanted to, you could even you can even swing with this guy and put a little bit of combo power in, like put like a cantrip in that is on board. Like, that's not terrible. In terms of consistency with like Ginger Town and stuff like that, like if you can't do Ginger Town, at least this will allow you to ramp up 1. So that's not bad. It's not terrible. I like it. Cell doesn't really get like a whole lot of like support. At least from last set, he didn't get a whole lot of support. So I think that's fine, honestly. All right, then we got the SR Son Goku, 3 cost, 25k power, 0 combo. When attacking, if attacking a battle card with a cost of 4 or more, this card gets 25,000 power for the turn, for the battle, not turn. Then place 1 card from your energy into its owner's drop. Then at the end of your turn, if energy is placed in its owner's drop by this card's skill during this turn, draw 1 card and add this card to your energy in rest mode. This card's great. This card's amazing in Vegeta. Being able to just swing for 50,000, it's going to do one of 2 things. Actually, it's not going to do one of 2 things. It's going to do 1 thing. It's going to get rid of a really problematic card that's on your board in the later game, but it's also a 25k swinger to lead on turn 3. I love this card. This card's great. And then on top of that, yeah, you're getting rid of an energy, but if you're blitzing a battle card with this guy, you're just putting this guy right back into your energy, and you're replacing him in hand after playing. So this is great. This card's awesome. I like this card. Then we got 2 costs on Gohan Youth, 15k power, 10k combo. Permanent skill. If you have a field with full moon in its card name in your battle area, this card gets 5,000 power. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Again, for Vegeta, who needs self-awakening options because of his skill, having self-awakeners is great. We know what the full moon card does, and spoiler alert, I already looked at the rest of the card list. We only have 1 full moon card that's coming in this set. There could be one that comes in a later set. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. But I mean, this is good. 2 costs, potential 20k. That self-awakens. I got no issues with this. I think this is fine. Sorry, I'm getting the hiccups. Then we got Broly support, which is what I was not expecting. We got a Turles, 5k, 5 cost, 30,000 power, 5k combo. Permanent on your turn. If you have 6 or more energy, your Broly leader gets 10,000 power. This is great support for Broly. Broly has always been in a weird position where, like, last set, Broly really didn't get a whole lot of support at all. And I think because of that, he kind of floundered a little bit, which is a little sad to say. But with this, I mean, this isn't anything groundbreaking, but on an unawakened side, if you're not awakened just yet, like, your leader becomes 25,000 power swinger. So it's added aggression on your unawakened side. And then on your awakened side, he's 35,000. Which is really hard, which will be really, it's basically Vegeta. You're basically making Broly a Vegeta in blue, which I think is really cool. Or 25k on the unawakened side. I think this card's great for Broly. I think it's fine. Now, would I say this card's better than the ramp Turles? Probably not. But options, you know? We get options. And options are always a good thing. Then we got Chaozu, 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo, where when KO, draw a card. I don't care about this Chaozu. This Chaozu sucks. This Chaozu, it sucks. Sad to say. He is not who he is in Sparking Zero in Fusion World, unfortunately. Chaozu is pretty decent in Sparking Zero. He's not decent here. Again, if there's a way that we can KO our own cards, I think this card would be better, but we have to wait and see as we go through the rest of this list. Then we got a TN, 3 cost, 20k power, 5k combo, where on play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and KO it. It's okay. It's not great. On curve, it's not bad because your opponent is probably not going to have anything higher than a 2 cost if you're going first. So, I mean, on curve, this probably is not bad, but I don't see where this guy is going to get played too much, in all honesty. Not in the Vegeta leader, anyway. Then we got Nappa, who is one of the cruxes of the Vegeta deck. 3 costs, 30k power, 0 combo. On play, choose one. You either add 1 card from your life to your energy and rest mode, or if you have no Vegeta battle cards, this card cannot attack for the turn. I mentioned this in previous videos where this guy is really good. He's really strong, that you can play off of the Vegeta leader. He's a mandatory self-awakener, or he just can't attack unless there's if there's a Vegeta battle card in the turn. I think this is fine. I think for as strong as he is for his stat line, you need to have some semblance of restriction to kind of balance this guy out. And I think this is fine. If you don't got the Vegeta battle card, then yeah, he just plays on board. You don't swing with him till next turn. But in the early game, you can get 1 or 2 of these off to, you know, ramp yourself up if you need to. So, but more than likely, you're probably playing this once for the ramp, and then maybe you're playing this in the mid game too. It's situational. It's going to be situational for that first effect. But if you don't want to take the life, then you have to go with the restriction of, is there a Vegeta battle card on play? No, then you're just not going to be able to swing with him that turn. But if you can cheat him out for free with the Vegeta leader. So I think that, you know, it's balanced in that sense. But we do have another 3 cost Nappa, 25k power, 5k combo. On play, if you placed a card from your energy into the owner's drop during this turn, choose up to 1 field with a cost of 2 or less in your opponent's battle area and place it into the drop. This is most field cards. so that's not bad. It's not proccing against any field cards except for Artificial Moon. In green anyway, I mean. But you're always going to get that effect off because you're probably playing this guy off of the Vegeta leader effect. So the condition to have that go off, easy to hit. And fields are the longer the game goes on and the more types of field cards that become prevalent, the more relevant that effects like this are going to be. So I don't think this is bad. I think this is fine. It's another 3-cost option for the Vegeta leader. He's a 25k swinger. I got no qualms with this. I think he's fine. Then we got a 3-cost 20k power 5k combo Piccolo, who's a blocker, where when KO'd, if your leader is Piccolo, add the top card of your deck to your energy. Again, more Piccolo support that are battle cards on board that have ramp effects. Exactly what Piccolo needs. Now, he is a blocker at 20,000 power. He's basically the 3-cost Trunks from set 1. So, do you really want to be using this guy to block? Do you want, or would it be better just to swing for 20 and have your opponent maybe clear him off board depending on what your matchup is? Maybe. Again, blockers at this cost range, at this stat line, is usually not all that great. But the effect itself is pretty good. So, once again, I'm hoping there might be something that allows you to KO your own cards at some point. Just to kind of help facilitate these 1 KO effects. We know that yellow is getting that type of thing, so I can't imagine it would be that disruptive for green to get 1 or 2 options to do that too, but we'll see. But either way, 2 cards for Piccolo to really boost up Piccolo is really good. No complaints. Then we have a Daima Mini Piccolo, which once again, more Piccolo support, or Namekian support, maybe not necessarily Piccolo, but 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo. On play, place 1 card from your energy into the owner's drop, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO it. I mean, this card will be decent in the Vegeta leader. You want to stay at around 5 to 6 energy with the Vegeta leader, so having something that you can play that not only removes something on board but keeps you at that energy threshold is not bad. That being said, though, you can't play this off of the Vegeta leader effect, so you would have to pay this at a cost, and you may want to just play other stuff outside of this Piccolo for 3 energy. So I don't know. I think there's a situation where you can use this guy, but I'm not quite sure where that would be. Testing would have to be done with this guy, I think, for me to really have a say in terms of how I feel about him, but that's neither here nor there. Then we got a super combo Bulma. Again, it's just a super combo. Nothing crazy. Waiting for the day that super combos do more than just be super combos, but the day will come eventually. Then here's our 3-cost Vegeta for the Nappa. 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo, where on play you discard 1 card from your hand. You look at 10 cards from the top of your deck and place up to 1 artificial moon into the battle area, and then place the rest of the bottom at the bottom of your owner's deck in a random order. This is basically the Android 20 in Androids, the 3-cost Android 20. He does the exact same thing. Again, I hate these types of searchers because that's a wide range of cards for you to look at from the top of your deck. If there's something that you need in the coming turn or two, and it's not the artificial moon, you're gonna have a bad time. So it just, I mean, it's a good card. It's a card that'll run with the Nappa, no problem. But I wish that it would have just been. I wish it would have been like maybe play it for free out of hand or something like that. I don't know. We'll see in testing. We'll see how it goes. Then we got 3-cost Yajirobe, 15k power, 5k combo, where activate main, place this card into its owner's drop. Then choose up to 1 card with Great Ape and its special traits in the battle area and add it to its owner's energy and rest mode. Stat line's not great on this. I kind of wish that this was just like a 20k power. I don't see a reason why it can't be. But I mean, you couple this with the double striker Vegeta, who's already ramping yourself down anyway. So you're going from 6 to 5. And then if you have this guy on board, or if you play this guy next turn, you can go back down to 4. It's okay. It's probably something that I might not run in Vegeta. You already have, I don't know. They might have to do some testing with this guy and kind of see, but we'll see. Very thematic at the very least. Then we have a 1-cost Yamcha, 15k power, 5k combo, where a permanent on your turn, if you have a battle card with a cost of 3 or more in your drop, this card gets 5,000 power. This is actually a good card. It's not that hard to have a 3 cost or more in your drop in any green deck, really. But in Vegeta, it's going to be extremely prevalent because you're really going to be able to get that effect off. Would I run this in the Vegeta though? Maybe a copy or two. I don't know if I would run a full play set in the Vegeta deck because you want to facilitate those 3-cost Saiyans. But I mean, this is a fine card. I don't have any issue with this. Then we got a 3-cost Raditz, 25k power, 5k combo, where on play, if you placed a card from your energy into the owner's drop during this turn, add up to 1 Saiyan-only non-Raditz card with a cost of 3 or less from your drop to your hand. This card's good. He's facilitating the 3-cost Saiyans that you were playing for free off of your leader. Your leader effect is already utilizing that first condition, so you're going to be able to proc this ability every time you play him. No problems. And again, you're just cycling those 3-cost cards that you're just playing all the time. So I think this is great. I think this Raditz is really good for what the Vegeta deck's trying to do. All right, then we get into the extra cards. 2 cost, a warm greeting. Activate main, draw 1 card. Then choose up to 1 card with a cost of 4 or less in your opponent's battle area and add it to the owner's energy and rest mode. For 2 costs, this isn't bad. You're playing this for 2 to remove something on your opponent's board at twice the cost. And you're also replacing this card in hand. It's not a bad card. I like this. It's good removal for what it's good removal for what you want to be doing that's not KO. So I think this will actually go really well against anything that's not green. Or at least in the mirror too. But if you're going up against green, you're never playing this card. So really situational. Then we got Self-Destructing Cyberman for a 1 cost. You KO one of your Cyberman battle cards, draw 2 cards. So there's our KO for Cyberman. And then what does Cyberman do again? He KOs a 2 cost or less. So okay, so you're paying 1 energy to KO this guy, to KO something 2 costs or less on your opponent's board, and then you're not only replacing the extra card, but you're drawing an extra card. It's not terrible. I just wish the Cyberman did something else, personally, but I mean, it's not terrible. All right, then we got Invasion of the Saiyans for 5 cost. Play up to 2 Saiyan-only battle cards with a cost of 3 or less from your energy. So you're playing this at curve. You're playing this on curve, essentially. You're playing it at cost with where you're playing it at the threshold where you normally want to be at with Vegeta. And then you're playing 2 of your Saiyan cards. And then on top of that, that's actually crazy. So you go to 5 energy. You play this card to play 2 3 costs from your energy, which takes you down to 3. But you need to be at 4 or more. So no, so basically this is your other option instead of the double striker grade 8 Vegeta. You go to 6 energy. You play this card for 5. It leaves you with 1 energy open for a gigantic meteor or something. You play 2 3 costs. You're also ramping cards, and it comes from your energy. So you're pulling cards from your energy to play on curve. Then you can play you're going down to 4 energy, so you can play the Vegeta leader to then play another 3 cost. And then you have, what, 4 swings, 4 attacks that you got. That's not bad. Now, are you playing this over the double striker Vegeta? Probably not. I wouldn't say you're playing this over that. And you're probably not running like a full play set of these, maybe 1 or 2 of these just for, you know, shenanigans. But I like this. It falls in line with what the Vegeta wants to do, and you specifically run this with the Vegeta. So I got no issues with this either. And then we got Artificial Moon, 2 cost, field card. End of your turn, if you have 4 or less energy, and you placed a card from your energy into its owner's drop during this turn, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy in rest mode. So, I like this card. You go up to 6 energy, you play the Grade 8 Vegeta, go take yourself down to 5, then you activate your Vegeta leader ability to go down to 4 and play a 3 cost for free. Then if you have this on board, you can activate this card to then ramp yourself back up to 5. And then going into next turn, you can charge a card, go to 6, and then play another Grade 8 Vegeta. You can play that extra card that plays Saiyans, ramp yourself back down. Like there's a lot. I can see the flow that you want with this card and what this Vegeta deck wants to do. I think Vegeta is going to be pretty solid, all things considered. I really do. And I'm very excited. And then finally, we got a reprint for the Special Beam Cannon. This art looks fantastic. We know what this card does. I'm not going to go into the specifics of this. I'm just glad that not only does the not only does the Vegeta from Saiyan Saga seem like he's going to be a very competent leader in green, but I'm just glad that Cell's getting some extra support that's decent. I'm glad that Androids is getting something that's decent, that's not going to break them even more. This is good. I'm glad that Piccolo got 2 cards that's able to actually, like, help him. Heck, even, like, you could run some of the Self-Awakeners and stuff here, too, if you wanted to, but no, like, Kami's really good. The other Piccolo here is pretty decent for Piccolo. Like, Piccolo seems like he's going to be a bit better now that he has options to attack with and charge. So, overall, set 4 green, fantastic. So, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider hitting that subscribe button. Like the video for more. Let me know what you guys are excited about in the green archetype. Are you guys going to be running the new Vegeta? Are you excited for, as I am, for Piccolo to get some support that might actually make him competent to run? We'll see. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.